It sounds like you encountered a fiber optic distribution box. These boxes serve the purpose of terminating and distributing fiber optic cables to various rooms or areas within a building. The orange plastic tubing you observed is, in fact, likely the fiber optic cables themselves. The miniature golf tees you saw are used to hold the cables securely in place and to provide protection for the connectors. Fiber optic cables are the medium through which data is transmitted at incredibly high speeds. This makes them exceptionally well suited for applications like internet services, television services, and telephone services. The flush mount polyvinyl chloride, or PVC, box serves to house the distribution box and provides a neat and aesthetically pleasing finished appearance. The fiber optic distribution box plays a crucial role in modern communication networks. It acts as a central point where incoming fiber optic cables are divided and routed to different locations within a building or home. This allows for the efficient distribution of high-speed internet, television, and telephone services to multiple users or devices. The orange tubing, which you correctly identified as likely being the fiber optic cables, is a key component of the system. These cables are made of extremely thin strands of glass or plastic that transmit data in the form of light pulses. Because light can travel through these cables with very little loss of signal, fiber optic cables can transmit data over long distances at much higher speeds than traditional copper cables. The miniature golf tees that you observed are used to hold the fiber optic cables in place and protect the connectors. These connectors are small, delicate components that are used to connect the fiber optic cables to the distribution box and to other devices. The golf tees help to prevent the cables from being accidentally pulled out or damaged, which could disrupt the flow of data. The flush mount polyvinyl chloride, or PVC, box serves to house the distribution box and provide a clean and finished appearance. This type of box is typically installed in a wall or other concealed location, which helps to protect the distribution box from damage and keeps it out of sight. Now let's delve into some more technical details about fiber optic distribution boxes. Firstly, there are several different types of fiber optic distribution boxes available, each designed for specific applications. Some boxes are designed for use in homes or small businesses, while others are designed for use in larger commercial buildings or data centers. Secondly, the size of the distribution box will depend on the number of fiber optic cables that need to be terminated and distributed. Some boxes may only have a few ports, while others may have dozens or even hundreds of ports. Thirdly, the distribution box may also include other components, such as optical splitters, which are used to divide a single fiber optic signal into multiple signals. These splitters allow for the same data to be transmitted to multiple users or devices simultaneously. When installing a fiber optic distribution box, it is important to follow all applicable safety codes and regulations. Fiber optic cables can be damaged if they are bent too sharply or subjected to excessive tension. It is also important to protect the connectors from dirt and debris, which can interfere with the transmission of data. Let's talk about some common issues and troubleshooting steps associated with fiber optic distribution boxes. One common issue is a loss of signal. This can be caused by a number of factors, such as a damaged fiber optic cable, a dirty connector, or a malfunctioning optical splitter. To troubleshoot a loss of signal, first check the fiber optic cables for any signs of damage. If you see any damage, the cable will need to be replaced. Next, clean the connectors with a special fiber optic cleaning tool. This will remove any dirt or debris that may be interfering with the signal. If you are still experiencing a loss of signal, you may need to replace the optical splitter. Another common issue is slow internet speeds. This can be caused by a number of factors, such as a congested network, a malfunctioning router, or a problem with the fiber optic connection. To troubleshoot slow internet speeds, first check the speed of your internet connection with an online speed test. If your internet speed is slower than it should be, contact your internet service provider for assistance. Next, check your router to make sure that it is functioning properly. You may need to restart your router or update its firmware. If you are still experiencing slow internet speeds, there may be a problem with the fiber optic connection. In this case, you will need to contact a qualified technician to inspect the connection. Fiber optic technology offers significant advantages over traditional copper cable systems. Firstly, higher bandwidth. Fiber optic cables can transmit much more data than copper cables, enabling faster internet speeds and higher quality video streaming. Secondly, longer distances. Fiber optic cables can transmit data over longer distances without signal loss, making them ideal for connecting buildings and homes. Thirdly, immunity to interference. Fiber optic cables are immune to electromagnetic interference, which can disrupt the flow of data in copper cables. Fourthly, greater security. Fiber optic cables are more difficult to tap into than copper cables, making them a more secure option for transmitting sensitive data. Lastly, future-proof. Fiber optic technology is constantly evolving, meaning that fiber optic cables are likely to remain a viable option for data transmission for many years to come. Consider the different types of fiber optic cables that are commonly used. Firstly, single-mode fiber. This type of fiber optic cable is designed to transmit data over long distances. It has a small core that allows only one mode of light to propagate, which reduces signal dispersion and allows for higher bandwidth. Secondly, multi-mode fiber. This type of fiber optic cable is designed to transmit data over shorter distances. It has a larger core that allows multiple modes of light to propagate, which increases signal dispersion and reduces bandwidth. Thirdly, plastic optical fiber, or POF. This type of fiber optic cable is made of plastic rather than glass. It is less expensive than glass fiber optic cables, but it also has a lower bandwidth and a shorter transmission distance. When choosing a fiber optic cable, it is important to consider the specific application. For long-distance transmissions, single-mode fiber is the best option. For shorter distance transmissions, multi-mode fiber may be sufficient. Plastic optical fiber is a good option for applications where cost is a major concern. Also consider the different types of fiber optic connectors that are commonly used. Firstly, subscriber connector, or SC. This type of connector is a push-pull connector that is easy to use and provides a secure connection. Secondly, straight tip, or SAINT. This type of connector is a bayonet-style connector that is durable and reliable. Thirdly, local connector, or LC. This type of connector is a small form factor connector that is ideal for high-density applications. Fourthly, mechanical transfer register jack, or MTRJ. This type of connector is a duplex connector that combines two fiber optic cables into a single connector. The choice of connector will depend on the specific application and the type of equipment being used. It is important to choose a connector that is compatible with the equipment and that provides a secure and reliable connection. Proper installation and maintenance of fiber optic distribution boxes are essential for ensuring optimal performance. When installing a fiber optic distribution box, it is important to follow all applicable safety codes and regulations. Fiber optic cables can be damaged if they are bent too sharply or subjected to excessive tension. It is also important to protect the connectors from dirt and debris, which can interfere with the transmission of data. Regular maintenance of fiber optic distribution boxes includes cleaning the connectors and inspecting the cables for any signs of damage. It is also important to ensure that the box is properly ventilated to prevent overheating. By following these tips, you can ensure that your fiber optic distribution box is functioning properly and that your data is being transmitted at the highest possible speeds. Fiber optic technology is a rapidly evolving field. As new technologies emerge, fiber optic systems will continue to become faster, more efficient, and more affordable. Some of the trends that are shaping the future of fiber optic technology include increased bandwidth, the development of new fiber optic materials, and the integration of fiber optics with other technologies, such as wireless communication. As fiber optic technology continues to advance, it will play an increasingly important role in our lives, enabling us to connect with each other and access information at unprecedented speeds. The fiber optic distribution box is a critical piece of equipment for modern networks. Understanding its function and the components involved helps appreciate the infrastructure that supports high-speed communication. Remember to always follow safety guidelines when dealing with any electrical or networking equipment. If you're unsure about any aspect of the installation or maintenance, it's best to consult with a qualified technician. Fiber optic technology is crucial for delivering high-speed internet, television, and telephone services to homes and businesses. Fiber optic cables transmit data as light pulses, making them significantly faster and more efficient than traditional copper cables. The distribution box serves as a central point for connecting these cables and distributing the signals to different areas within a building. This ensures that users can access these services reliably and without interruption. Always exercise caution when working with fiber optic cables and connectors. They are delicate and can be easily damaged if handled improperly. Consult with a professional for any complex installations or repairs. This will ensure that the system is functioning optimally and that all safety regulations are followed. The use of fiber optic technology is becoming increasingly prevalent. As demand for faster and more reliable internet services grows, fiber optic networks are being deployed in more and more locations. This is helping to bridge the digital divide and provide access to high-speed internet for people in underserved communities. Fiber optic distribution boxes are an integral part of these networks, playing a critical role in delivering these essential services to homes and businesses. In summary, the fiber optic distribution box is a vital component of modern communication networks. It facilitates the distribution of high-speed internet, television, and telephone services by connecting fiber optic cables and routing signals to different areas within a building. The orange tubing represents the fiber optic cables themselves, while the miniature golf tees are used to secure and protect the connectors. Understanding the function and components of a fiber optic distribution box provides valuable insight into the infrastructure that supports our increasingly connected world.